grassland. It is now May 3 and we have a ton of stuff to get done. You might notice the lighting is a bit different. Apologies yet again, I've forgotten who commented, but I've added in additional game settings and I've changed to the default lighting and it looks better. Yes, we have things to do. We are going to go into here. We're going to be buying one of the animal canes in a bit. But first we are going into animals. We want to buy a water tanker. 3,000 litres. 7,000 litres. 7,000 litres seems like a better option. It costs a bit more, but we have a decent amount of money. So we're going to buy that one. And I've had it delivered to the farm because I forgot. Oh well. So let's head back to the farm, shall we? We need somewhere to get water from. We do have on the farm Ursa and Rainer's molasses and water point. I'm not sure if that lets us. You have to pay for the water from that, but I'm not sure if that then lets us fill a water tank or not. I'm not sure if we can pour water out of the stream that's there. I'm not sure what other water points we have on the map. But yeah, what we're going to do is the grass has grown a fair bit. We have at least one meadow field to cut. I think we have some clover grass to cut. I'm hoping it's clover grass. Not this field. This field is still growing. So we've got some jobs to do today. But we have, you can see this field has been grazed. And see if we just check the animals. So they have a reasonable amount of food at the moment. I moved in the XML, I moved some of the straw that had gone into the feed into the bedding, and I removed all but barley straw. I think it was barley straw. I think I removed all but, yeah, barley straw from the... No, I removed... I think I only left oat straw in as a feeding option because we're not going to have any oat straw. Or maybe just straw. But definitely not barley straw, which is the one that we're growing, so that we can use it for just bedding, hopefully. But you can see the cows have grazed that field pretty short. This cow shed, I don't think has a grazing option. So... there's our water tank. If we go over here, I don't think these cows come out to graze. So what we're going to do is, if we go to the map and we go to the growth, you can see that we have... So this is our cow shed. We've got this pasture, which has grass grown pretty well in it. We've got this big pasture in front of me, which has grass grown in it. So we're going to move the cows, the beef cows, the Wagyu, into one of these to graze, because that's essentially free food. And that seems sensible to me. Just wondering, so this looks like, having just brought a water trade, this looks like it has water brought into it, so we wouldn't need to give these guys water. So maybe I've just wasted my time buying that water trader, because maybe we can put them in this one and it's nice and close. But that's okay. That's okay. We are learning on here. We are learning. So let's just move. I put the bales in that bunker. We are going. We don't need to feed them at the moment, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to just back this in here for now. And my thought is basically we can save on feed. There we go. That'll do. And I'm going to put down a delivery point there. We're going to go into miscellaneous, and we're going to get the animal cane. So this behaves like an animal trailer if you've not seen it before, and lets you walk your animals between pastures or pens. I'm also going to looking at replacing the potinger. So yeah, we can select. We've just got the one ball, move trailer, yes please, and then select, take all 5, move to trailer, yes please, okay, and then we can pick them up and walk them across to the pasture. Yeah. And it'll be nicer for them. They'll be outside. It's May. It'll be fine. And it'll be better for us because we won't have to feed them. Assuming that there is enough food in this pasture to feed them. And if we run out, we can move them to another one. Because this farm yard does have quite a few smaller pastures. So if I can find where the gate close is, if we then go into the animals, there we go. So yeah, they don't need water. So we just need them to pass the hour and they will graze. Right. Next job. So yeah, we've got clover grass and meadow. We will grab the Deutz and the mowers and we will mow. I think we can go around here. Yep. And I will show you on the way the weeds are growing again. And we could hoe them again, but I'm going to wait because it's part of the testing. We might make a mistake, but this is part of me learning and testing. So, yep. It's how we learn. We learn through making mistakes sometimes. It'll be fine. As a last resort, we can always herbicide it, although we know that applying herbicides not always great, and maybe we just leave them at that point. Yeah, it was interesting to see that from with FS25 as well. So we'll look at that when we, I mean, you can see the weeds growing from here, but we will look at that properly when we run down to the other field. So we are making this into silage. So we want to condition it. The field is at the first harvest ready state. You can see possibly the potential expected yield. I'm a little bit cynical of that because mainly from playing the other version of the game. Turn conditioner on, turn conditioner off. Because it's been a while, that language is confusing me a little bit, but we will turn the conditioner on. Oh, we should have turned the front mower on because we've probably instantly destroyed some grass. Yes, got some clover grass. Oh, out of practice, very out of practice. Let's pull in to the field. I want to make sure that the rear mowers are on. Swath dropping. And let's do some clover grass silage. Now I'm not, yeah, I guess you can condition this, can't you? Yeah. So we'll go with conditioned. Who can spot my mistake? We could do this on wide and then TED it to semi-dry and get even more in the bale. But for the sake of my sanity, which clearly is not great, no, we will, which the game is trying to test, obviously. We will just do conditioned. Yep. We won't get quite so much in bale, but just means we'll get a few more bales, which will be fine. Not too worried about that at all. Not worried at all. Let's give it a bit more beans on the old cruise control. Yeah. And it is nice to be getting to the point where hopefully we will be having some consistent work to do. Having had to skip a few days to get to that point. It was quite good that actually, because the pastures were growing, there was enough food that the cows didn't need feeding. And I could just let them be, partly because we haven't got many cows, which was intentional. Let's turn off those. I guess that edit that I made a while ago is probably not on this version of game, where the interactive trigger markers only appear as you get close. I should have a look at that for 25 actually, because that was a really nice subtle change. It's a change to the game files, which is always a bit dodgy, but it was really nice because it meant that you could leave it on, and as you got close to something they would come up, which I always find really useful. But when you were this far away from, say, the animal pens, they were glaringly obvious. It's basically just changing the visual distance because Giants set it really high. I don't know why they set it really high. And just reducing it down, and it just makes it so much better. There's no reason for it to be as high as it is. It'd be really nice if it was a menu option, actually, rather than on and off. If it was on, off, and an intermediate setting. You know, we can't have everything, can we? But we can, on PC, make tweaks. So there is that. There is that. Yeah, I think the lighting looks better. Actually, if I go out and go to additional game settings, and there's that's even better. That's even better. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Apologies, map maker, if you're watching, but I find it really dark with the lighting that's included. So yep, that to me is much more enjoyable. Oh God. So this week's not been fun for me, and it's only Tuesday. Well, that's not a very good yield on precision farming. So on Friday, which is not this week, it's last week, I know. Sorry, I'm very used to dealing with the Timberthorn fans who are very picky about details. I had to go see my neurologist for my brain, and about my headaches. The medication that I take for my headaches, I could not get to the dose that he wanted me to get to try and control the headaches that I get most days, because I felt awful. You may or may not remember at one point I accidentally was taking way more than I should have, And I started to get like that once I got to close to the dose he wanted me to be taking, so I had to wind it back. And he wants me to look at taking some other medication. The working with for this is not set right, but I'm not worried. And generally it had been mostly okay because I can tolerate the regular headaches, and I hadn't had a really bad headache in a while until last night, or yesterday, to be honest. Yesterday was the first time, yesterday being Monday, in a while that I had a properly bad headache, and I felt awful. It was not fun. So yeah, it's not been a fun start to the week. I need to remember to plug in my little keyboard when I'm playing this version of it. So those of you that remember that, I bought a little macro keyboard off of AliExpress. I brought several of them, actually, programmed them up. Brought one for Mr. Gartech. Bought it a while ago when FS22 was still relevant. Forgot to take it to Lama last year. Took it to Lama this year. Gave it to him, but gave him the one that I was using because I couldn't find the other one. Found the other one when I was tidying up the spare room. So yeah, I should actually use it. So let's have a look at our cornfield. So currently we are small weeds and everything is effective. The previous day the hoe was showing as ineffective. So what I'm expecting to happen is that the next transition we will go to weeder being ineffective and hoe and herbicide being effective, and that's probably the point I'll put the hoe through. What I might do is save the game, sleep, see what the next transition is, and then reload the game. But we'll see. We will see. So this is our other field. So learning from last time, we are going to unfold the front mower, turn it on and drop it down, and come in to the field, and then unfold the back mowers. And then we can back into the corner and turn those on and drop them down, and then we can cut the grass. Yep, it's a process. Actually, what I want to do as well is there we go. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad course. We'll go with that. We might miss a little bit of the edge of the field, but you know, all that yields better. That yields better. Cool. And yeah, it definitely is good to be not doing that. Getting feed sorted. Actually, now that we've crossed the hour, let's check. They've taken a little bit of food, but not a lot. And their health has dropped. So what does that pasture look like now? Okay, have to keep an eye on that. I would have thought that pasture was big enough to support 6 animals. So we'll keep an eye on that. I do like that field. I had that field last time I played on this map. It's kind of cool with the island in the middle. And, yeah, I owned the forestry plot back there because I had some sort of production that ran on wood chips. But it was a much bigger farm that I had. I also had a BGA on the farm, but Yeah. We could do with some money coming in, because at the moment it's all going out. But for that, we need the cows to start producing, and for that, we need the bulls to do their thing. And so far, they have not. Come on. Back. There we go. Yeah. But we'll give it time. We'll let everything settle in still. There we go. Upwards gear, please. Yeah, and so we are still conditioning, aren't we? Yep, I think so, hopefully. If not, oh well, it doesn't matter a great deal. I say it's been so long since I've done this consistently that just remembering everything. And I know some people find the language around the conditioner confusing. I found once I got used to it, it was fine. There was a lot of debate when Terralife released and people wanting it changed. And I think our decision was we would stick with it because it's consistent. So I think it might have been changed actually though. So I don't know. I've kind of lost touch a little bit with everything dealing with a bunch of real world stuffs. So, yep. The real world is kind of big and scary sometimes. Anyway, what I do like is these fields are quite they're quite small and quite quick to deal with, and we have flying deer. So I guess there was controversy in Farming Simulator yesterday. Calmsden Farm is no more. I know it's now Oak Bridge Farm, I believe. I kind of feel like it's a little bit like shutting the gate after the horse was bolted. So, and it was done. It was a little bit done. It was done a little bit arse backwards. So the map was renamed, and then sometime later Oxy released a statement that it was being done because basically farm sim nerds were turning up at Calmsden Farm. What kind of person would do that? I don't know. Terrible people. Because it's called Calmsden Farm and it's a real place. And so to respect the real people's privacy, the map's been renamed. Now, I kind of get that, but isn't it a bit late in that we all know it's called Calmsden Farm? We all know where it is. It's not going to stop people turning up there at this point. Yeah. So I wonder if there's been a request from real world people. I don't know, but yeah, it feels a bit late, to be honest. And I can imagine there being some people going a bit beyond what's reasonable. So I drove through the area, but I literally just drove through the area, stopped on the side of the road and took a couple of pictures and kept going. So yeah, you know, if people are interfering with the running of the farm or trying to get on the farm and that kind of thing, but it's too late at this point. You know, people know where it is, that it's Calmsden Farm. I probably foolishly, I'm really curious what that field is. Oh, grass. Okay, that looks really nice. It's a really nice looking field. 50 grand. And it includes Whatever this is. Only as you got closer, the triggers appeared. I guess because I don't own them. I think this was a sheep pen. I think this was a sheep pen. I'm really quite tempted to buy this. It's not cuttable yet, but yeah, screw it. Now we own it. We can see what this is. That's not a cow pasture. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I made the mistake. Not a mistake. It was intentional. Of because I was curious as to what the story was for the renaming of the map. So I watched DJ's video, his Farm Sim News video, to see if there was anything on that. There was a comment that, because he'd spoken to, heard back from Oxy, but the comments, people in the comments and comments on Facebook as well. I shouldn't be amazed, but I am amazed at how low the IQ of the world is. Yes, I'm saying people are dumb. Some saying that it's Jeremy Clarkson's fault that people were driving through the area. Calmston Farm and where Clarkson are not the same place. Hate to tell you that. They are different parts of a similar area, and it's not where people are stopping to take pictures of Calmston Farm. People blaming Giants for accidentally changing the name. No, Giants are not going to do that. People just flat out accusing Giants of changing the name. People thinking someone else had stolen and uploaded the map to ModHub. Because, yeah, Giants wouldn't spot that with it being a map that well known. Yeah. Natural selection, the lack of natural selection has a lot to answer for in the world. Really does. The gene pool really... No, stop. Stop. I'm not going to say any more of what I was thinking there. But chlorine should be involved. I didn't say that. Nope. As a species, we've become very dumb. And unfortunately, we have a platform for the whole world to learn about it. Right, let's go get the meadowgrass first, because we've got meadowgrass in the beta already. Yes, it's semi-dry. Anyway. That seemed like a sensible option to me. We've now got a wonderful herb grass field. Which we need to get the soil samples for. Need to break. And let's go have a quick look at that and see how bad a condition it's in. It's not as bad as I thought. It's not as bad as I thought. It needs to grow a little bit before we cut it, and it needs subsoiling. Does this field need an update? This field needs subsoiling, so we're going to be very busy. We're going to be very busy. Anywho, I should have changed the wrap as well. Oh well. Let's make bales. Yeah, very nice. Cool. A condition, so we won't get quite as much in the bale, in theory. But it's quicker, and sometimes speed is good. So, yep. Did I mention I saw these bales at Lama and they were really cool? The blue is so blue, which sounds stupid, but yeah, it's a very blue. And we want to drop this bale on the long run. It's very blue. Tidy yourself up. There we go. Alright. Drop that down. Awesome. And maybe we drop this one here. That makes sense to me. One moment. Yeah, if we put that there, and it's out of the way when we're on the up-down rows. Right. Let's continue. Actually, I might do both of these headlands and then we pick up the other one. That sounds like a plan to me. Yep. And then we can get the rest of it done. Do like the look of the herb grass. It looks so good. And from what I remember, the swath looks really good as well. So, yep, that's why we brought it. Sucker for a good looking crop. And we get another field that we can graze the cows in if we need to. Actually, we can check them again because another unit of time has ticked by. They've taken a tiny bit more food. It's so weird. So weird. Yeah. Maybe it's just because there's not many animals in there. I don't know. Let's just make a note of a mental note. They are at 90, 85 and 90 and 75 and 84. I remember 75 and 84 because that's the important one. Because that's the heifers. Yeah. So those are the ones we want improving because we need them to get pregnant to make baby wagyus. So we can eat them. I can probably at this point turn on automatic dropping. Yeah. And that'll do us. Get this field finished up. We'll go get the clover finished up. And that will be us for today, I think. And starting to stockpile food. So that gives us, maybe have made hay out of this one actually. But we've got more meadow that will come online. So I'm just thinking that gives us meadow silage, clovergrass silage. Well, that was a quick canine interrupt, but we are back and we are rolling. So and we're going to get a decent number of bales off of here, so should be good. And then let's say, so I'm just trying to, I might need to go actually look at the, one moment, dear viewer, we're going to go double check. And my current preferred method of moving around is to click on the thing I want to go to rather than tabbing, because realism is key. So we will still be short of maize or whole crop or mixed silage. But we've got I didn't check. So there is no requirement for hay. Awesome. So yeah, it's just whole crop or maize silage element. So we could make from our barley. Wow, I missed a big chunk there, didn't I? No, not too much. There might be benefit in doing a headland with the mowers to get a little bit of whole crop off the field. Maybe. And there might be benefit in doing that soon. Sorry, scatterbrain mode engaged. We are not at the forage state. Okay. But yeah, there might be benefit in doing that. I think. Because then we'll be able to make TMR to feed the dairy cows at least. The beef cows to some extent. Let's just get around the corner first. I wanted to double check there. I think it was 75.84. Yep. Just before the hour ticks over. I want to see if they're improving or getting worse, having moved them. Move. Yeah. Yep. Oh well. Right, let's head down to the clover field. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meadow silage bales to add to the store of the existing ones, which is pretty good. We'll have to try and not put those in front of the almost fermented ones. Yeah. I mean, that's quite a big field, so maybe we're going to have to keep moving the beefs. Oh, I aggravated someone the other day with my copying. I know I've aggravated some of you guys with my copying of Mr. Clarkson's and his copying his language. Oh well. You know, I find it funny, and if you don't find it funny, you don't have to watch, do you? So, kind of how it works. Kind of how it works. Right. Again, I really like this. This is another field that I owned last time because I owned the same farm. And I kind of like this field. It's another one that's a really nice compact size. Work in. I'm not going to clear the bales this video. Might do that between videos. It's just another field that needs ploughing. Yep. We've got a lot of subsoiling to do. That would be fun. We might get the mulcher across the field as well at the same time. Mulch it and subsoil it. Get the lime spreader out as well. Get the fertilizer going. Try and significantly improve the yield off of the field. Because then we don't have to worry about all this rotational grazing. But if we can do it, it's good. Good realism, which is key, folks. It's key. So I'm told. Compared to what I've been doing in other places where super strength and auto load and removing trees in an entire go with the chainsaw are key or fun. This morning playing on there, I brought a Deutz 7 series for like 250 grand to move milk around with, because I wanted a tractor that would do 60 plus kph to tow a milk trailer. This milk trailer won't. I'm using Omatana's Lizard TARDIS trailer, and it won't attach to anything on of the vehicles that we've got on there. It will only attach to a tractor. So I wanted a fast tractor to get to the productions that I needed to get said trailer to. And I already had 2 fast tracks on there. They're my grass working tractors. So I brought a Deutz to ferry milk around, which just seems stupid, but I had £3.6 million in the bank, so it really didn't matter. Yeah, it was kind of, it's so the opposite of how I normally play that it was just kind of funny. And I was commenting exactly that thing to Eagles, who also plays on there. It's just the 2 of us on there. He has like a quarter of the map now, or more, in fact more than that. I think he's got nearly half the map. He's got 1 field which is a quarter of the map. And yeah, it's just mind-boggling to me, the scale of I need to move milk. I want to move it quickly. I'll just buy a new tractor that will go fast. And it doesn't even dent the bank balance. Stupid, but fun. And I'm sure by the time I log back into that later this evening, I will have more than recovered that money, because I built a new dairy to put the milk into, along with the 4 mini BGAs that are on there, plus another BGA. Yeah. Anyway, we are pretty much done, so yeah, I think next time I might tidy the bales up between videos, because we've got a bunch of field work to sort out. So yeah, we'll be doing that next time. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and I will see you all next time.